Hello, everyone. This is Barry Moore at the Better Business Bureau. We are at the Ignite Sparked by BBB Studios, podcast studios, right here on Cox Road. And right now, today, we don't have just one, two, we have three business professionals that are going to talk to us about their industry and tell us how the market is treating them right now. But first, let's meet them each. I got a round robin here. I would say I'm going to start with Nat. How's that?
Hey, Barry, that's great. Thanks for having me. I am Nat Cross. I am a realtor with Realty Richmond, based out of Mechanicsville.
Perfect. I think I got to tell you, I think I went to the right guy first. What do you think? Sounds like he's a pro. We'll go to Daniel, see if you can top Nat, who I keep calling Matt, by the way. But
that's a high bar, Nat. I appreciate you setting it so high. Good morning, Barry. Appreciate you having me. Daniel Halpin, financial advisor, Riverstone Advisory Group. Looking forward to chatting with a bunch of great professionals in the room here.
Yeah, and we're going to find out why you're all here together at the Better Business Bureau. But not last, or not least, the saying goes, but the guy has a voice for radio. We're going to hear it right now. You ready? You got it going? You got those pipes going?
Yes,
Jackson,
sir.
Go ahead.
Barry, thanks so much for having me today. My name is Jackson Brower, and I'm a mortgage professional with First Heritage Mortgage. Last year had the blessing of helping 165 families in the home. This year, I think we're going to help over 200 people get their first home, second home, investment property, you name it.
Wow, that sounds like a lot. There's only 365 days in a year. That's pretty good percentages, right? So you're working the days you're not closing, you're doing something else. So, and that is helping people.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So great.
Barry, can we make an announcement, though?
If it's a birthday, yes.
Well,
no,
Jackson just got married on Saturday, and I think he helped 6 people over the weekend. Not you, but your team helped 6 people get their loans over the weekend while he was getting married.
This is correct.
Yeah. So that's teamwork. I think he did take the day off so he could concentrate on the wedding.
Did you take the whole day off or just part of it?
I did, and Thursday and Friday. It was beautiful.
I hope Rachel didn't think you were working on the weekend, but
you have cell phones. When I got married in '89, I was selling cars at a Hyundai store in New Jersey, and I think I told at the time, my fiance that I think I was going to go to work, sell a few cars that morning, and be at the wedding. That did not work out well, so I took the day off. But we didn't have cell phones, so I couldn't cheat. And we'll talk about that later, Nat, offline, because I have a feeling the cell phone was going.
Oh, yeah, no.
Jackson,
his?
Yeah, Jackson's. I mean, how do you do 6? I mean, come on.
He's got a team. He's got people.
He's got people.
He's got people.
That's the key.
Yeah.
Whole nother topic. We're going to have the people. You got to have people. But right now, today, let's talk about why the three of you are here. You go round robin. One of you can take the topic. The audience just wants to know, why are you here at the Better Business Bureau studio? Why are you together? And you seem like you like each other and you know each other.
It's a good group.
So somebody take it from there.
Well, I'll kick it off. I think, as far as the home buying process is concerned, obviously these guys take the lead, the realtor position, loan officer, et cetera. As an advisor, I just try and make it make sense from a budgeting cash flow perspective. I kind of lean on these guys pretty heavily when it comes to client conversations and that sort of thing. Then I'll kind of help make sense of it from a cash flow perspective on the back end.
Good. Do you have to meet them before they decide to buy a house, or do you work with them 10 months after they bought the house?
It's on both ends, right? If we can plan for it proactively, then great. But if, Jackson introduced me to a few people who have bought homes and then want to sit down and start the retirement financial planning process, that works as well. So it's either side of the coin.
And I think it's the most important is that they meet you at some point.
Right.
Whenever it is. A lot of people, you don't want to get to, I'm going to be 65 in like 30 days, and I'm going to get Medicare.
Oh, you look great, Barry.
I'd look great. I know that. Thank you. So that's why we're on radio, right? But if I waited until now, boy, to meet somebody like you, I'd be panicked. So
time's the one variable we can't get back.
I met my wife. She saves everything, so I don't have to worry about it. But then I have to find somebody like you. And where is your office located?
We're over in Midlothian, near Westchester off Route 60. But we serve clients across the nation.
So you're near the Brick House Diner?
Yeah, yep.
Everybody
old
should
one
be,
and the new one.
The old one. I mean, no, the new one.
Yep.
Well, both of them. The sub shop is good too. They're very good friends of mine. They are an accredited business, and they are killing it in that new building.
They are. Yeah.
They are. So I hope you take your clients there. That's a great place to meet people.
Absolutely.
And talk about money, because you're going to spend $30, $40 for breakfast. Go ahead, Nat.
So Barry, one of the things you said was, how do we get here? This group of
Yeah.
us. So we all belong to a networking group where we meet weekly together and exchange ideas and our business philosophies, those things. But we also meet with each other personally. And so, I mean, for me, it's such a benefit that I can pick up the phone. I can call Jackson on a Saturday. I know he's going to answer the phone. We have a relationship. We have a trust factor. I can share details with clients with him, and he's going to come back pretty instantaneously on what we need to do to move them forward. Maybe it's a client who needs to save some money. Again, we have a relationship with Daniel. We trust Daniel, and so our clients can move around in this group of trusted professionals, and I think that's an important thing. You're not just picking up the phone and dialing and hoping you pick somebody up who knows what they're talking about.
Yeah, I think at the end of this, we make it clear the name of your business and how to get in contact with you because, first of all, what's the name of the group that you guys are part of?
212.
212. And I got to tell you, I sit in on some of them. You guys meet here. Crystal is our general manager. She's a member of your group for a short time now. And she's coming into her own. She did not like me when I suggested to get involved in this, her personality, but she presented last week, and I thought amazing. And you are helping 212. So I call you guys 213. There's a lot of 212 groups. God bless y'all. But this is the referral train, and this is the train to be on, it seems right now, or at least any 212 group, because I see you guys working together. And there's a lot of energy, and there's a lot of thought and process. And I think you guys really like each other, and you care about each other succeeding. Because if one of you fail, you have one empty seat. And I don't think that's what you want. I don't sense that. So all the industries come together. You three, the trifecta. Let's find out what Jackson does. What do you do other than getting married on a Saturday? You probably should have got married on a Friday if you're not closing deals, right? But go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm the mortgage professional. So anything that has to do with the loan structure, we help out with. And to the last point, there's a lot of people involved in the home buying process. Realtor, financial advisor, loan officer, title professional, appraiser, inspector, and it can get a little bit overwhelming with the amount of items that go into a transaction like this. But the key is just knowing the right people. And honestly, if you have a trusted real estate professional like Nat, he can get you connected to everyone else that's associated in that process.
Yeah, I used to live up in, for a short time, Lake Caroline. And when I was closing, like 2 days away, a tornado came through the lake. I lived on the lake, cleared all the 100-year-old trees off my lot for me.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my God. So then what do I have a problem? My real estate agent, guess who was coming in for the walkthrough? The home inspector, and it might have been 5 days, but it was within a week. And the home inspector obviously said, this isn't happening. It was a VA loan, I think it was. And the realtor said, you got to use it. So I had to get rid of all those trees quickly. The reason I bring that up, the difference of dealing with a professional is, I think, Nat, you would tell them before the mortgage and the home, the financial guy gets involved, and a home inspector, you would say to the homeowner, get rid of that trees. I'm still on the chat up there in that group. And I saw a lady post up. She's closing in 2 days from today. And she has a pile of wood from that storm. Those trees are laying there. That was 2 years ago I've been out of that house. And she is now panicked because she's got to clean up. How, the real estate agent, when you first walked the house, would you notice something like that?
Yeah, well, depending on the state of the house, right? But you do look for those things, and my goal is really keep people on the road, keep them between the white line and the yellow line. Let's keep moving forward. And I try to stay 2 or 3 steps ahead of where we are in the process, just so I can be war game and figuring out what we're going to need to do when we get to that, and so that we do have plans when these things come up. Yeah,
I mean, it wasn't a secret.
Yeah,
so, and they can't get the mortgage won't close, or something won't close because of that, and he has to get rid of it. And just a little trivia here. I love doing a little trivia. So I had a CDL license up in Pittsburgh. I had a dumpster company, and I had a driver, and he was a seasoned driver. And I had just got my license, and he's driving with me, riding. You know what he calls those yellow lines and those white lines?
Mayo and mustard.
How do you have your CDL?
No, but my buddy drives trucks.
Isn't that crazy? That's a trivia question, my man.
I use that term all the time.
That's what I tell my wife. She goes, "What are you talking about?" And I go, "Lawrence, tell me, I can't get it out of my mind." So everybody listening, that's the lesson today, if nothing else. But no, there's a lot more. That's all I can offer. But what are the things you're seeing right now in the marketplace?
So I would say inventory's ticking up slowly. We're still historically low levels, but that is coming up. That's a good thing. Mortgage rates, they necessarily haven't come down to a place where we thought they were going to come down to. I'll let Jackson talk more about that. The state of world affairs has a effect on that.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. So, at the time of this recording, there's a conflict going on in Iran that is sending mortgage rates up. The way that rates move, people think that it's based off of the Federal Reserve, but it's really not. It's primarily going to be based off of inflation and unemployment. When inflation is going up, interest rates are going to go up as well because investors expect to get a higher return. And when unemployment is going up, rates would go down because the market needs to soften to prevent the economy going into hardship is kind of how it goes. So President Trump went and visited Xi Jinping over in China. They were hoping that something could have came out of that meeting to soften this conflict overseas. Nothing really has changed, and it seems like the ceasefire may come to an end, and rates have gone up by about a quarter to 0.375% in the last 2 days. When it comes to predicting interest rates, no one knows for sure what's going to happen with them. I'd be getting paid millions of dollars a month if I knew what rates were going to do. We know what home prices are going to do historically. They're going to go up. Rates, they go up, they go down. The good news is if they go down in the future, you can refinance. But I wouldn't let interest rates deter people from buying a home if they really want to, as long as they can afford that monthly payment.
How important is the inventory, Nat? I mean, that's
so
key, right?
So inventory drives prices as well, right?
Yeah.
The lack of inventory keeps the prices high. I think to Jackson's point, if you see a house in your future, sit down, start planning. Don't just sit on the couch and scroll through the Zillows and dream. You want to talk to somebody like Daniel and say, "Hey, this is where I am. How can you help me out?" You want to talk to a realtor and say, "Hey, what's legitimately out there in the market?" And you want to talk to a loan officer and say, "Where am I and how can I improve those things?" And then formulate the plan, right? If it has to be sit back for a couple of months and save money or work on your credit, then do those things. But if it's, hey, there are programs out there, and Jackson's much more familiar with them than I am, but the government society appreciates and wants home ownership because home ownership is good for society versus renting. So uncover what those things uncover what those things are, and then work on your plan.
Yeah. Between the two of you, go ahead. I'm sorry.
One thing important to note too about interest rates and the market is if you have a skilled real estate professional like Nat, they can help negotiate for the sellers to give you a credit, which I can use to get you a lower than market interest rate. We have a young lady right now who just bought a home, and the sellers gave her closing costs, which she's using to get a temporary buy down. Her first year interest rate is going to be 4.99%.
That's fantastic.
So you don't have to get a rate like the market rate. You can negotiate a lower than market rate with the right professional.
And I would say to build on that point as well, I mean, we can all agree, speak for all of us, I think, as homeowners, in that the last 5-6 years, you hate to be on the sideline. We're all sitting on, equity in our homes. So when it comes to interest rates, obviously, higher interest rates kind of deter people from getting into the market, but don't let that scare you off from a really great wealth creation strategy of buying a home, building equity. It's certainly a great quiver in the financial planning tool belt when it comes to wealth creation and that sort of thing.
So if I'm a 30-year-old, I come to you, I have $5,000 to invest. Do I come to somebody like you, or do I just go to a banker and put it in a bank account?
Well, it depends on the goal for that money. Are you building a quote-unquote emergency fund, or are you looking to truly invest that
It's going to be an investment.
Long term? Then, yeah, we can have a conversation around what makes sense from the type of account to the type of strategy we utilize for that. and then build a plan out around that.
Very good. I think a lot of people are intimidated, young people. I mean, I think when I bought my first house, I want to say the rate was 8 or 10%, but that didn't, and it sounds high, but I come from a generation, it was 20%. You couldn't borrow money. Okay, I was in the car business giving loans for, if I could get you a loan for 20, 22%. And now that's called special finance, but it's all relative. Can you make the monthly payment, get into a home, and build equity? Isn't that the first strategy, and not pay rent?
Yeah. Pay yourself instead of paying somebody else's mortgage.
So that's how we did it. And we've had, I don't know, 6, 7 houses. I don't even know anymore. But it worked out well for us. And so it was good to do. What's one point in each one of your businesses that makes you, other than your 212, what makes you a company to come see? You've got a lot of competitors, all of you. I do. Well, not really. The Better Business Bureau has none. But the car business had a lot, right? I'm used to competition. Why come to you? Go to Jackson.
I would say there would be 3 big value adds that we provide as loan officers. One, first and foremost, we're a national company, and because of that, we can get you a very competitive interest rate and a good deal. The second thing is the level of care and communication that we have for our clients. We always ask for Google reviews, and I use that to see, hey, is there anything we could do better? And one thing that keeps coming up time and time again that I'm really proud of is just that, the Broward team really cares. They answered all of my questions, and they were patient holding my hands through the process. People think that the mortgage business is a commodity because you're getting money. It's really not. It's a service-based business, and our goal is to treat all of our clients like we're family members. And then the last item is expertise. There's a lot of folks that come to us that aren't able to get approved for what they want to, or are not able to get approved at all. The loan guidelines, it's hundreds and hundreds of pages, and unless you're an expert in your craft, you could miss something, which could lead to someone not getting their home. The very first client that I worked with, they were denied by another lender before they came to us, and we got it to the finish line. So we have great products, we really care, and we're experts at our craft.
Name of the company and how to call you.
First Heritage Mortgage. You can contact me at 571-340-4544, or you can find me on most social media platforms at jackson.brower.
Great. Nat?
So, Barry, for me, I think I'm at a stage in my life where I enjoy what I'm doing, and I don't need to have a flood of clients. I try to work by referral. I want to enjoy working with the people that I'm with. I want to be able to spend time with them, understand their needs, be able to guide them, and have the time to make sure that they're making the right steps. So I work with limited clientele on purpose, just so I can spend time with them, answer questions, be there when they need them.
So you're very purposeful, and that's a big word in the morning. Yeah, but go ahead, name the firm and how to call you.
Realty Richmond, phone number 804-512-9714. Email is Nat Cross, or actually Ncross, realtyrichmondva.com.
Great. And finish it up.
Sure. I always say you can throw a rock and hit a financial advisor, but over at Riverstone Wealth Advisory Group, me and my team were all CFP certificates, certified financial planning practitioners, which means we really look out for our clients first and foremost. And I think if you talk to my clients and even folks I don't work with who I've met with, you'll get that vibe. I think that the overarching theme between the three of us is just passion and attention to detail. Really passionate about what we do, how we work with our clients, and then the attention to detail of making sure we're not missing anything from A to Z to make sure that those client goals are being met.
I was going to wrap it up, but you beat me to the punch. I think what I would give you a word, you guys are enthusiastic, which leads to great customer service. We're sitting in a podcast studio watching the 212 group get together, get a cup of coffee or whatever. They're talking, hugging each other. That's unusual for a group of business people to get together. How do they find you?
Daniel Halpin, 804-560-9215. Look me up on LinkedIn or just type in riverstonewealthadvisorygroup.com.
LinkedIn's always a great place to find business professionals like this, and follow if you want to come visit the 212 group and meet these folks, I encourage you. They're here Wednesday mornings, and I would encourage that. And, of course, always go to bbb.org. whether the company's accredited or not, for anything you're buying in your life, check out their reputation and our score for them and what people have reported. So bbb.org is critical, and I wouldn't go anywhere without starting there first. And again, we're at the BBB Studios, Ignite, sparked by BBB. These guys have got to go out now and pass out business cards, hug up with the brothers and sisters out there, get a cup of coffee, and do some business, right? And that's what you're going to do. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Barry.
Thanks,
Appreciate
Barry.
it.